when I think about my two big transitions, I had two huge ones. Going from Bethel Church, which is Bishop Rudolph McKissick Jr. to Dave Ramsey. Then from Dave Ramsey and Ramsey Solutions out on my own. When I transitioned from the church world to Ramsey, I never forget, I had an honest conversation with my bishop over lunch, and I told him what I was doing. I honored him on the way out. Dave called him, emailed him. They had a conversation.
Yep.
And Dave even flew him up to the office just to sit down, just to meet him one-on-one, just to thank him for everything he allowed me to do at his platform and to allow us a smooth transition.
Yeah.
Bishop McKissick honored me on the transition out.
Wow.
Then I'm with Dave for 6.5 years. He and I both agree that it's time for us, for me to transition out and do my own thing. And that transition was great. We embraced each other for a good solid minute and a half on our last day talking when I was a part of the company. We've talked since then.
Yeah.
And even went to one of their, when they released our documentary. And just, you're right, it takes true leaders to have a smooth transition.
Yeah, for sure.
And it doesn't have to be ugly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be negative. And here's the truth. Clearly you're transitioning because you're just not aligned anymore.
Correct.
But non-alignment doesn't mean that it's a bad thing.
Correct.
It's just like, hey, I'm moving on. I'm not going in this direction anymore. I want to go a different direction. And so, hey, let's transition and do this thing correctly. And so when I hear about the bad transitions, it's not just on the employee or the employer. It just means that honestly, what I'm grateful for is the leaders that I transitioned from started that process.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think
that has to happen.
Yeah.
But on the network marketing side, bro, one thing that got me, because I did Legal Shield too as well.
Okay, there we go. Shout out Legal Shield.
Yeah, Legal Shield was my thing. And actually, I think it was like 2 years before they came Legal Shield, they were prepaid legal.
Prepaid legal, yep.
And so I did prepaid legal. Darnell Self was my upline.
Yeah, that's the guy.
One of the most
Team New Vision.
Team New Vision,
Yep.
yeah. And man, love it. One of the things I would definitely say out of respectfully was they sell you on you're free. They'll sell you on you have your own company. You could do what you want to do and when you want to do it. But a part of me, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you was in there for a lot longer than me. I was only in there for 4 years. And I did pretty decent. I did like $5,000, $3,000 to $5,000 a month. But even to get there, I was never free.
Yeah, no.
I couldn't really just do what I wanted to do and show up when I wanted to show up.
Correct.
It was almost like if I don't recruit anyone, I'm not getting paid.
Correct.
So it's not like you just get in this thing, work, and then, hey, you can go off to Hawaii for a month.
Correct.
And I was like, no. And to me, that doesn't really feel like ownership. It feels like I'm an employee, but I can just work from home.
Yeah. So I agree and I disagree.
Okay.
So my thought process is this. It's one, there's not a lot of things you can do and make $3,000 to $5,000 a month and be free.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like just
real.
being real. Because I talked to a guy in my business and he was like, man, you know, he was kind of saying same thing, man. This is supposed to be residual. I'm like, yeah, but bro, you've only been doing this for 6 months. Like where else can you go and work for 6 months? And then you think you're just going to leave and just have this coming in? Like, I know people that's been working for 40 years and can't stop and work and make $3,000 to $5,000 a month. Yeah. So I think some of it's expectations that have to be set up front. I mean, and I do tell people that. I like, listen, it's going to be hard for at least
2 years.
12, 18 months if you're working it.
Right.
Without it, it's going to be, kind of tough. Now, there's some people that sell the dream, and I think when you do that, you would just attract a person that's looking for that, and now all this stuff happens. Now, the part about recruiting, I think that just depends on what product that you're offering. Like, I've sold some educational products that all you had to do was learn, and you could utilize the skill, and you could get paid. If you do it in the insurance world, I don't have to recruit. I could just go sell customers. If I do it in the product space, I could just get really good at retailing the products. And so I think it just depends on what you're doing. Now, from a leverage standpoint, for you to be able to have freedom, you got to create leverage. It's just like a company. You got to have employees, or you got to have people that are working with you. And so that allows you to say, okay, you know what, but I can help people do exactly what I've done. And if I help enough people, like let's say if I get to $10,000 a month and I help 10 people make $10,000 a month and they go out there and keep doing their thing, well, that's going to free me up because now I've created leaders that can now produce outside of me.
Yeah. Why do you think some people have a problem with network marketing? Every time I do this, I'm always going to blog or a blogger to talk about it. What do you think in that space? Why are people so just turned off by network marketing?
I think it's the recruiting aspect that people don't like.
Okay.
Especially if they haven't developed the skills.
Yeah.
I know for me, there was a part, like I left, so I started in network marketing when I was 18. I left like when I was right around 20. And I was like, man, I don't want to recruit nobody. So I got in sales and I was doing door-to-door sales.
Okay.
And then I was like, man, I don't be knocking on doors no more. I need to be able to have some leverage. And I was like, man, to be able to do that, I got to recruit some people.
Yeah.
Because I had got a contract with a sales company, and I was like, okay, I got to recruit some people for me to be free.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I'm not good at it. And what I realized is the reason I didn't like it, because I wasn't good at it. Typically, people don't like something they're not good at. If you're really good at it, you'll enjoy it. If not, and like I didn't at the beginning, I was like, okay, I got to find a way to make some money without people. I think the other thing is you got to be really, really good to make good money.
That's true.
But I don't think that's the case with any other space. Like,
that's true.
I mean, podcasting.
Yeah, you got to be really good at it.
You got to be really good to make some money. You know, basketball.
Yeah.
You got to be really good to make some money.
And you got to be really, really good on your job to get an elevation.
Yeah, so it's like,
and to get a promotion.
I don't know of a place that you can go and not be really, really good and operate at a high level. So here's what helped me realize that. When I left network marketing, and then I started my own sales company, and then I had the real overhead of a business.
Yeah.
The office, the employees, the insurance. You know, when you start paying people's like on W-2s,
yeah.
and then you got to match their taxes. I didn't know this because I called the payroll company. I was like, hey, y'all took out taxes on my side too. They was like, no. You got to match that.
Bro, I just talked about that on my last show.
I was like, bro,
it's people want to be an entrepreneur, man, but they don't understand.
Bro,
no one really teaches you the truth about this entrepreneurship space. It happened to me too. My first employee was me.
Oh yeah, so you was double taxing yourself. You like, yo, we got this quick.
I called Gusto quick. I was like, I got my check. I was like, okay, my taxes are cool, great. Then I go on Gusto and I see, wait, what? Y'all double tax me. I called them and was like, hey man, we got a problem. What's the problem?
Yes.
Sir? I said, y'all double tax me.
I called ADP with the same stuff. I was like, whoa, something's going on. Because there's another thing that came out. It's like, no. That's the employer's contribution. I said, oh no.
Bro.
So here's the other thing. When I came back to network marketing after that transition, now network marketing looked easy to me. When I first was in it, like, bro, I used to be, one of the products I was selling one time was Tahitian noni juice. Shout out to them. And the auto ship was $145 a month. And I was younger then. I think I was 19.
Yeah.
Bro, I would literally find out what day the auto ship was due, and I would run to the bank, withdraw my $150 so they didn't take it. And then after it declined, then I put it back in the bank account. And then the company started getting smart. They'll try again in a couple days. I was like, oh, these dudes have got smart. So I went from that to like, okay, man, this thing's expensive. How do I get away from it to, wait a minute, this is actually a cheap way to do business because now my overhead, no matter how much I make, is $150 a month or $200 a month.
Yeah.
What if I want to open in Africa? It's the same overhead. What if I want to open in California? It's the same overhead. What if I want to open up Latin America? It's the same overhead. So now I can scale my company. And the only other thing that could come with it is, now there's something else that sometimes leaders have to be careful of. As you start making more money, you can spend a lot of money on meals.
Yep.
You can spend a lot of money on flights.
Yep.
Traveling. And so one thing you have to be careful of as you start making more money is not over-investing into your business.
Yes.
Because you can be like, okay, man, I'm making $20,000 a month. Let me go on this tour. And the tour costs you $15,000 a month. Because now every night you go out to dinner, everybody wants you to pay for dinner.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We had to make some adjustments to that. I was like, hold on, give me the menu. I'm gonna order for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not just gonna just be eating on just and down. But this is stuff like mentor. But that's the thing. Guess what? Mentorship taught me that. He was like, no. We don't do it like that. Let me show you how you handle this. Now, if you have your leaders, there's ways to handle that. And so I think that's another thing that some people get discouraged from is they sometimes put too much back into their business where they don't have anything left. And then some people don't save for taxes. And they get into challenges with that. Something else, I will tell you this. There is something else about network marketing I think is a challenge. If I'm sitting down with you, Anthony, and you've got a company, and I have some people, maybe I've been in the industry before, and I have some people currently with me, and I sign up for your company, you're okay if I bring people with me, right?
But you're not okay.
But now, when I leave you,
right, and
I go do the very thing that you were just happy about that happened for you,
You're not happy.
Now you're not happy about it. So instead of you say, you know what, man, Justin, I really wish it would be like this. I really wish network marketing would be like, hey, man, you know what? We were together for 5 years. We made a lot of money together, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any way I can help out in the future, bro, I appreciate it.
Right.